Swans are natural monuments and are originally white. That's why it's called a swan. It is a rare bird designated as a first-class endangered wild animal. However, this swan is also used as a term for a dangerous economic situation. Here, three swans appear. These are black swan, white swan, and gray swan. When a Dutch explorer discovered the black swan in southern Australia in 1697, the conventional wisdom that all Europeans had believed until then that swans were white was broken. A black swan is a black swan. A bird that should have been white became a black swan. A black swan like this could not have appeared. It refers to an economic situation in which the unlikely event occurs. In 2007, American investment expert Nassim Taleb predicted the stock market crash and global financial crisis through his book Black Swan and became famous worldwide. Since then, the unpredictable phenomena have been collectively referred to as black swan. This term was used by Nassim Nicholas Taleb when he predicted that the prime mortgage crisis through black swan. A typical example of black swan is the 9/11 terrorist attacks and the UK's exit from the EU. A white swan is a crisis that is fully expected based on past experiences, but situation in which appropriate countermeasures cannot be prepared. The term was first used by New York University professor Nouriel Roubini in his 2011 book, The Economic of Crisis. Professor Nouriel Roubini, who coined the term white swan, said that although all economic crises have slightly different aspects, they have common factors such as monetary policy, easing, loose suspension of the financial system, asset price bubbles caused by excessive borrowing, and excessive greed by investors. As much as it is possible to predict it to some extent, and accordingly, prevention is also possible. Examples of this include historically recurring financial crises and trade disputes between the US and China. This is a crisis that is predictable but recurring because appropriate countermeasures are not in place. A white swan can also trigger a black swan as well as its own negative effects. Gray swan refers to a case where a risk exists because there is no specific solution to the bad news that can be predicted or already recognized in the economic situation. Although the degree of ripple is smaller than that of the black swan, which occurs suddenly without notice and has a great impact, it is tricky in that the countermeasures are ambiguous. Examples include soaring international oil prices, European financial crisis, and the fear of terrorism.